game was Brutal versus Brutal. No. The last game, 3-point was playing SC2 Zerg. SC2 Zerg. But here we go, spawning in the... God, it's happening again. Look at this! Someone in the chat earlier was so last time we were on Lost Temple, we had close spawns top right between ByuN and Mixu, and the main bases were in the same screen, but bottom left spawns, the bases themselves, the hatcheries and the CC are on the same screen, Pappy. This is crazy. God damn it. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Lost Temple, we have the South Korean Terran player. The South Korean Terran, we have the purple Terran. As I try to fix up the player names, yeah, the purple Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning right next to him, we have his opponent. We have the brutal Zerg player. He scouts. I believe he knows. Yeah, he scouts. He does find the racks. By the way, the brutal Zerg player for Team Hyper One. It is 3-point. Third game in a best of 5. I should emphasize best of 5. Best for a best of 5, not for a best of 3s. That's why I did reiterate that coming into the finals, as of course this is a best of 5, and here we go. Now 3-point knows where ByuN is. I don't think ByuN is aware, bearing in mind that the Overlord does have more vision than the building SCV, so I'm not too certain that ByuN is fully familiar with the location of 3-point. For now, going for an economic opener, going for a rack expand. Likewise, 3-point going for a hatch gas pool. Standard openers all around. 3-point is aware of the location of ByuN. ByuN, we'll see if he's aware as he has his first Reaper. Yep, yeah, he knows. Rallied right into the base here of 3-point. This Reaper hits so fast. It hits insane. Like, look at the rush. What does it take? Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like a 10-second rush distance into the mineral hive. That's like 10 seconds, Pappy. That's crazy. There's nothing to defend. The links just began. He just started link production, Pappy. That's crazy. So with that, we're forcing out all these colonies. I mean, lings are still in production. That's just how fast it hits. It's crazy. Oh my god. There we go, lings, they pop out, but look at how many resources were spent trying to save everything. So insanely expensive. The first Reaper pops off. Welcome to Lost Temple, I suppose. It's insane. Mate, these brutal maps. Crazy, baby, crazy. And in the end, 3-point, he only loses 1 drone, but again, he lost so many resources and still struggling to keep up. Still another drone under fire. A second drone goes down, massive pickup. Losing 2 workers, and 3-point is going 2-base lair. 2-base lair. This should be for 2-base Muta. The Reaper goes back in, does confirm. 3-point, he's like, mate, Tesagi, Terran Imba. He's like, don't worry about it, just let me kill you. Just oh no. Yeah, it's just let it happen. It's fine. God. Crazy. And Vinny saw everything. He saw everything in the main. Behind this, going for a 2-1-1 into stim timing. This is a hard counter to 2-base Muta, to be honest. Bearing in mind that there's going to be no ground support here, no Hydras, no Lurkers, just Ling and Muta instead. And this stim timing is going to be brutal. Especially considering this isn't a standard like 2-on-1. This is going to hit so quickly because we're going to build up 16 Marines and we're just going to drop right into the main. Like, we're just dropping in. I can't handle it. Technically, you can set up a tank here as well. I believe tanks can hit the other base as well. Not too far in, of course, but Jesus. As the Spire is on the way, we have plus on melee to help support, to help out those lings. Stim is almost done. Bear that in mind. Stim is almost complete. And that's a lot of Marines. That's going to be 13. Again, we're building up to 16 Marines. Looks like ByuN, he's being nice. He's going the long way around. Again, he could just drop right into the main base, like in any one of these areas. I mean, dropping onto creep will be difficult, of course. ByuN getting in position, he can drop in here in the corner of the main. Here come the Metavacs. And here comes ByuN, here comes Stim. actually rotates over towards the natural instead. There's a higher chance that there would be a sunken colony. There isn't. There's no colony. There's no stack defense. And I think this just ends the game, to be honest. It's just... I think it's just over. ByuN sims in. A nice position here next to the gas geysers. He will clean up all these lings. Nice control. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG. Well played. Mate, Lost Temple is crazy. As we mentioned previously, again, I do recommend if you're just now tuning in, if you missed out on the previous matches, we already casted a game on Lost Temple, which was also close by air, close by ground, just close spawns. I can see a world where Lost Temple is a little bit more viable as a map if they disabled close spawns. But in a world where close spawns are possible, that's insane. Again, it was like around 10 seconds for the Reaper to get into the mineral line. That was crazy. It's crazy. Let's go. Oh my god. Regardless, GG well played. ByuN does take a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. We're going to be jumping into Abyssal Reef. Let's go. Just catching up in the chat. The map is even more imbalanced in SC2 than it was in Brood War. It is. Crazy. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have our South Korean... Oh, let's set this up. There we go. We have our South Korean Zerg player. We have our Red Zerg representing Team Hyper 1 down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover, as he will have some time to breathe now coming into game 2 on Abyssal Reef. It is a 3-point. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to Abyssal Reef. Abyssal Reef is an SC2 map, a very long rush distance by ground, very defendable on 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, known for turtle play, known for mid-game and late game as well. If you remember, the last time we featured this map, we featured Iceland. And Iceland, he was able to successfully defend against the initial stim timing of ByuN. It's CC first into 3-racks into stim. So we have the stim build here from ByuN. And we saw Iceland successfully defend, but if you remember, Iceland, he was crazy. He defended and he rushed into Sky Toss. He rushed into Carrier Colossus with barely any support on the ground, and he was overwhelmed, right? In the end, ByuN did break him, ByuN did abuse him, and ByuN was able to snowball out of control and punish the greed, but Iceland did successfully defend early on. Likewise, I can definitely see a world here where 3-point will do the same. I can see a world where 3-point he can defend. Not saying he'll be too greedy, but we'll get into a longer game state, I'm sure. Meanwhile, here comes that 3x, here comes that sim timing. So we get a very popular, very prevalent build when it comes to Brood War Terran. And we'll see how 3-point reacts. We have seen a couple different defenses out of 3-point. If you recall, previously against Bratok, we saw 3-point go for a Roach defense. That was previously on Fighting Spirit, if you recall, where he went into fast lair, into fast Roaches. Likewise, we did see on Sylphid, 3-point respond to this build with an early Baneling Nest, which was still very close. It was very close, where barely one Baneling connected. All the other 3 got focused down, but Bratok, he wasn't able to get the final Baneling, and in the end 3-point he held there as well. So there are multiple ways to deal with this, whether it's with a Baneling defense or with a Roach defense. We'll see what 3-point goes for. As the Overlord does dip in, Lings as well, trying to confirm the opener of his opponent. Here we go. As Lings they poke in, they're going to be zoned away. Does confirm the bunker on the high ground. Even though 3-point he hasn't seen the main base, again, ByuN, he almost exclusively does this build when he plays Brood War Terran, so he can assume what's going on. For now, we do see the pulls back into gas, getting to link speed. Third hatchery is on the way for 3-point, droning, saturating, and he's going for the Baneling defense, not for the Roaches. So this is a little bit greedier. This is also, I would say, a little bit tighter as well. We did mention how Bratok barely didn't focus down every Baneling. ByuN, known for his control, known for his micro, there's a higher chance that he will focus down the Baneling. So this is going to be a very, very tense moment and tense defense for 3-point. We'll see if we can pull this off. See if he can pull this off. As the fire bats are on the way. ByuN, he will soon commit. Just building up his bio. Building up his forces. ByuN does move out. He gets spotted. So the 3-point, he does confirm the move out. He does get eyes on the timing. Behind this, we can see he's massing up lings, bringing all of his queens together. ByuN, he does actually rotate over towards the 3rd location, not towards the natural. But 3-point is aware. He's getting ready. Scan does reveal the banelings. He knows. How many going to be 6 banelings here from 3-point? Again, it's going to be a clutch hold. ByuN, he pokes in. Sees the setup. He's got that one fire bat. And he pulls away. Does pull away for now. Yeah, 3-point he holds. Whew, 3-point he does hold, he does defend, and ByuN, he is mature enough to spot this and to back off, to retreat. Remember, he already scanned the natural, now he scans the main. He sees no lair. No lair, no muta play yet, but there we go. Lair is now on the way. ByuN gets the hell out of here. We can see 3-point trying to hunt down the army, and barely does miss. Oh, does spot him. Does spot ByuN. ByuN, he has to stand and fight. Stimming away. Does slip by. Whew, and ByuN escapes. ByuN does escape. Behind this, it is going to be roach play out of 3-point. Now, we didn't mention how 3-point is very fond of going from roaches into fast hive, into roach ultra. We saw this earlier in the previous series against Braddock. I'm leaning towards that here as well. For now, though, massing up his roaches. Likewise, siege mode is on the way. ByuN, he is going into bio tank. Continuing marine production. Getting into the mid game. Here we go. So from here, we are going to be settling in. Now, even though this initial sim timing didn't do any damage, and it didn't, I mean, in a sense it did, it forced a reaction, it delayed droning. What's important is that ByuN didn't lose anything. You can see here, 0 units lost. So ByuN, he preserved the army, and now we can hit a different timing, this time with +1. +1 finished up in 5 seconds. Now we reinforce with tanks. Siege mode is done. So now we have a second timing available here. This one hitting much harder. Ooh, and no bailing speed. Yeah, we skip bailing speed, going into roach speed instead. 3 points. He's in trouble here. Yeah, ByuN stims in. Lings that do collapse in forward, and the last banelings that will not connect. Nice kiting here by ByuN. He will kite back, he will focus down the banelings. And ByuN, he breaks through. He breaks on through. The tank is still alive. 0 banelings left. The hatchery. Oh no! The Roachworn! Roachworn goes down. Massive pickoff. And 3-point is caught with his pants down. Ay, ay, ay. Trying to switch into roaches. He doesn't get there. He has a couple of roaches left. He can't reinforce, only with lings. ByuN, he sims in. He can focus down the roaches one after the other. And he will snowball out of control. He'll break the main army. Again, 3-point, he had a strong initial hold, but the follow-up here was just a little bit too greedy. He wasn't expecting this kind of timing. Takes down the tank. And 3-point, he will hold, but at a cost. At a cost of what? The expansion. The third base was sniped. The Roachworm was sniped as well. Brutal losses here for 3-point. And back at home, ByuN is chilling. ByuN is chilling. Third CC is on the way. Third CC is already done. So he has a faster third base timing compared to his opponents. Building up his tanks and getting ready for that next step with that science facility. So again, very flexible build here from ByuN. Even though the initial sim timing didn't do anything, again, it was about that follow-up timing instead. And with that 3-point, he was caught off guard. 3-point trying to re-drone, trying to resaturate. We have a radiate on the way, getting into science vessels. ByuN looking in control so far. He's got the better economy. He has better upgrades. He is teching up, and it's going to be a while here before we can really embrace hive tech. Here comes the infestation pits, and again, if you've been watching 3-point, as we mentioned previously, this should be a pit into hive, into ultras, but everything is delayed because he's stuck on a 2-base economy. He's long distance mining, he's double expanded to catch back up. He has to double expand. Right now, the pressure is on 3-point, and ByuN is moving out with a multi-pronged attack. Drop towards the natural, main push towards the third. Oh, nice target fire here on the dropship. Ooh, the ship goes down. Massive pickoff. At the same time, ByuN moving in. He can get within range of the expansion. Scans at a time. Catching out some of these overlords. Bailing's on the way. Bailing speed is still not done. It's so heavily delayed. Yeah, no bailing speed despite that. At 3-point, he does dive in. Tank shot's going off. Head shot down the ByuN. Sorry, shut down the Lings, I should say. Bailing's are targeted down as well. ByuN trading well. We've got the token swarm host. Let's go. Token swarm host on the way. Do love to see it. Even in StarCraft Evolution. Always. As ByuN, he's within range of the expansion. The 4th base does go down. Massive pickoff. Takes down the 4th. Oh, Baileys do connect. Santos is coming in. They have a radiate. Don't quite go for it. Nice ByuN holding on to the high ground, shuts down the Lings. GG gets called as 3-point. He bleeds out far, far too much. And ByuN will take a 2-0 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very, very solid attack there by ByuN. Initially, 3-point, he was on top of it. Initially, 3-point, he was able to deflect and shut down the first stim timing. But that second wave with +1, with Marine range, with U-238 shells, with the initial tank as well, did catch him off guard, right? He did decide, I say he, 3-point did decide to skip bailing speed, to go into roach play, to go into roach production, into double upgrades as well, but he barely wasn't ready for it. He wasn't able to slow down the army. He had no Ravagers ready either. He was caught off guard by the push, and he lost everything. It was also very brutal to see that the Roach Warren was sniped as well. The Roach Warren was at the 3rd location, was exposed, upgrades were denied. GG. GG, well played. Just a very strong follow-up there from ByuN. And with that, ByuN is 1 game away from claiming the series, and I'm hoping we can embrace a longer series here. I'm hoping for a game 4, a game 5. I want it back and forth, but the pressure is on. But now we get to embrace something that I mentioned earlier here. I mentioned at the start of the series how KungFu Cup, they feature a unique format. Game 1, SC2 versus Brood War. Game 2, Brood War versus SC2. And in best of 5s, Game 3 is Brood War versus Brood War. Let's go. We're jumping into a quote-unquote mirror matchup for the first time in this broadcast. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Fighting Spirit, we have the Brood War Terran player. We have the... Oh, God, they changed colors. God damn. We have the Brood War Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 2-0, 1 game away from winning it all, from becoming our champion, the KFC champion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Zerg player going for a 12 pull. He's crazy. Going for the 12 pull, we have the Brood War Zerg player, the Blue Zerg from South Korea, representing Team Hyper 1. It is a 3-point. Here we go. So Brood War versus Brood War. Now bear this in mind, this is a 4-player spawn map, so the drone scout makes sense. We have the Overlord scouting horizontally towards the bottom left, and we have the drone scout towards top right. Bearing in mind, because of the initial 12 pool, he needs to know where his opponent is to try to catch him off guard and try to catch ByuN being greedy, as that is going to be a CC first. CC first out of ByuN, delayed racks, drone dips in, and 3-point will confirm. And we'll see what he can get done. Go. Checking 3-point's vision. He is aware. Yeah, he is aware. He did see the expansion. Lings are amassing. Lings are flooding across the map. The boys, let's go. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing. 3-point is going for the all-in. The boys are being pulled. There is nothing left back at home. It's all or nothing here. Remember, ByuN CC first means no Marines. 0 army units right now. Only SCVs. Raxes are on the way, but this might just finish too late here. 3-point with the gamble, with the gamba, papi, with the gamba. Let's go. And I mean, aside from some crazy worker micro here, I believe 3-point he should be able to break through. He should be able to break ByuN. ByuN has to buy time for that Marine, and even then, the Marine on its own it's not going to be ideal. 3-point, he ignores the base, he ignores the CC, goes straight for the main, goes straight for the production. There's a cancel. Getting into all those building Raxes. 1 Marine is on the way. Nice worker drilling so far here by ByuN. He does get away. Does pull out, evacuates towards the natural. Oh my god, getting top of the Lings, not bad. One Ling goes down, Marine does pop out. Yeah, the Marine is protected, very nice. The choke point is crazy. Oh my god, ByuN! He does have a brutal choke point, the second Marine is on the way, and ByuN, he is trying to clean this up here. The SCV's a whole position micro, second Marine has arrived. And now with 2 Marines, he does it. ByuN, he holds. I say that more Lings are flooding in though. More Lings are trickling in. 1 Marine goes down, there's 1 Marine left. Likewise running out of SCVs. ByuN down to 8. The Marine, oh no, he kites back. The Marine goes down, but now another Marine pops out just in time, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he holds. It was a clutch hold here. Again, very nice positioning here in between the Gas Geyser and the Rex. It was insane positioning, and GG gets called. He's like, mate, you're crazy. How'd you do that? With a CC first build, Bobby. You're insane. ByuN's like, yes, I am insane. Ay. More Lings are trickling in, but ByuN has an economy. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will hold, he will defend, he will take the series 3-0. GG. GG, well played. Honestly, this position here, like ByuN making use of this area between the racks and the Gas Geyser, he was so quick to stack his workers, to pull away, and specifically to rally his Marine to the other side, to the southern side. The SCVs were here to buffer. Just a really nice choke point, really good positioning here. If it wasn't for this SimCity, for this setup, I imagine it would have been surrounded. So just a really nice crisis management, I should say, from ByuN. And with that, he holds, he defends. GG. GG. That was crazy. And congratulations, ByuN. He will claim the series. He will take down threepoint 3-0. No game 4, no game 5. I was looking forward to maybe seeing StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft 2 on a Brood War map, but not this time, not this week. GG. GG, well played, congratulations. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves as that wraps up our tournament. And yes, ByuN, he does walk away as this week's KungFu Cup champion. He does walk away with that KFC. With that fried chicken. Beautiful, beautiful. Does walk away with that KFC. Shout out to threepoint. Threepoint, he did well for himself making it this far. And even when it came to the games itself, games 1 and game 2, like we had some intense back and forths. Again, I'm still thinking of the game on Abyssal Reef, and I wouldn't be surprised if threepoint just wasn't used to that follow-up timing either, as the players compete and compare more against each other. I'm sure they get used to each other, get ready for set timings, and evolve their own builds and their own meta and their own style. Regardless, congratulations. And with that, if you enjoyed the broadcast, if you enjoyed KungFu Cup, we will be having more KungFu Cups in the future. This is a bi-weekly tournament. When I say bi-weekly, every fortnight, every 2 weeks. I say that every fortnight is StarCraft Evolution, as they alternate between StarCraft Evolution and Warcraft 3 Evolution. Warcraft Evolution is another mod similar to this, where the Warcraft 3 races are also introduced into StarCraft. It's very different though. It's very different, very chaotic is what I will say. Heroes are crazy good. like the hero units in Warcraft 3 Evolution are insane. Their spells, they often like can one-shot waves of Lings or Marines. Like they're very, very impactful when it comes to these big fights. Warcraft 3 armies are smaller than SC2 armies, but they're stronger as a result. And yeah, it's a very different dynamic. So that's another event, that's another mod that we do feature for KungFu Cup, but also StarCraft Evolution as well. And when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, if you want to help support the people working behind the scenes, ! StarCraft Evo in the chat, or ! SC Evo, and bam, there's a Patreon. There is a Patreon. There's a very dedicated team working on the balance, working on the maps, working on the models, the assets. I don't know if you noticed, but there were unique custom models for the spawning pool, the gas geysers, a lot of the units, the Zerglings, the Hydras, the Marines, the Firebats, the medics. Like a lot of effort and care and passion is put into the mod, and you can help support it via Patreon as well. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So you can support them via Patreon if you wish. Otherwise. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. When it comes to our next broadcast here, ! I don't think I have a calendar in the chat. I think we have a calendar or ! schedule. But you can see we just wrapped up with our morning broadcast of KungFu Cup, and at 7 p.m. KST, that is going to be at 8 p.m. AEST. That is in 7 hours. In 7 hours time, we're going to be live with the Sparkling Tuna Cup. If you're curious, what is the Sparkling Tuna Cup? That is our weekly open tournaments where we feature players like ByuN, in StarCraft 2, like ByuN, Solar, Shin, Showtime, Skillus, and many others. Geralt, Christianer, Jumi, Young Yakov, Wayne, Eva, and Honmono, sometimes 3Point as well, and many others. Koreans, Europeans, they do face off in 7 hours in our open tournament in StarCraft 2. That is a weekly tournament, and if you want to help support that tournament, and if you want to help support our events here on the CranKy Ducklings, Patreon, exclamation mark Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page as well. Again, there's a lot of crowdfunding going on nowadays for a lot of events, a lot of tournaments. Very much so, StarCraft is now going to be shifting into much more focused grassroots tournaments and grassroots events and broadcasting. So that's I guess expect more of that. But right, we recently had like the RSL Patreon and the RSL coming into play. GSL, of course, they have their own Patreon as well. KSL, true. So I understand there's a lot of that going on. You know, we have our own. We've been running for many years at this point. Regardless, you can support us and support our tournaments via Patreon if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for support. Following and tuning in is all that we ask. If you see something that you like here, we cast more than any other channel out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than any other channel out there. We have all the content, all the casting, all the StarCraft. That's what we have. At least we have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. We are live twice a day, every single day. If you see something here that you like, if you can't watch it live, check out the YouTube. Check out our channel. We do upload on a daily basis over on our YouTube channel. As you can see, we do have half a day off, so Friday, half a day off there on Fridays. Otherwise, plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Plenty of StarCraft. Oh. Just catching up with the chats. Otherwise, when it comes to some more StarCraft Evolution, I believe our next StarCraft Evo cast is going to be next week. It's going to be Wednesday. So next week, Wednesday, on the 30th of April, we're going to be covering the SEL Code A, number 2. Going to be covering StarCraft Evolution Code A. We do have a more KungFu Cup next Friday, and we also have a StarCraft Evolution Code A number 3 on Saturday. So we have a lot more StarCraft Evolution next week, and regular tournaments as well, like the Wardy TV Monday, the Pegastorm Monday, the Enki Pro Series, KSL, Leo League Cup. Plenty of content on the channel. The other big event that we're going to be covering tonight after Sparkling Tuna Cup is the Euthermal 2v2 circuit. Euthermal Mark, he does host these monthly 2v2 events, which is also a lot of fun. Another kind of break from regular StarCraft 2 1v1 play, not just modded tournaments, but 2v2 events as well. And we won't be casting it on the channel. Euthermal casts it. He does cover it on his own channel. I think Steadfast also casts in English as well. We admin it. We do admin it behind the scenes. We do put in a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible. So that is what we're going to be doing after STC. Just as a heads up. So if you want to take part in the 2v2 tournament, then check out the Euthermal circuit. It's a lot of fun. It is a blast. It is building up towards an annual kind of finals. So be sure to take part in that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I believe we are wrapping up. I believe we are going to be wrapping up for the time being. I have been laddering quite regularly recently, especially during the week, and I usually do go live with a ladder stream, but I do have some work to catch up on, and I think I'm going to take the weekend off. I'm going to take the weekend off from laddering. I say that just because I often don't. It's been a long time since I've laddered regularly. We've been peaking, we've been doing well, and I bring this up just because shout out to Rotterdam. He did invite us to compete in a Basilisk Big Brain Bout show match, so I'm trying to be in form for the show match. I'm trying to be in form for the Big Brain Bouts. So wish me luck. No, so far I'm pretty content with my play. I've been able to shake off a lot of rust, but I will be taking this evening off to work on some stuff, and I'll probably stream tomorrow. I'll have a ladder stream tomorrow to get into shape and to get ready for the Friday to come. So if you're interested, you can follow myself at light_VIP. Exclamation mark lights. There you go. So you do have I do stream on my personal channel. I don't ladder here on the CranKy Ducklings. I only ladder on my personal channel instead. So if you're interested, you can follow me there. Again, I'll be live tomorrow with a ladder session after the morning broadcast. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live? Who is live at the moment? Who can we send everyone over to? Let's have a look. Let's see. We have Suita. Suita's live. Dave is live. Reaper. We've been raiding a lot of Reaper recently. Enki is live, casting in Spanish. Parting is playing. Yo, Parting is back. All right, I saw that a couple of days ago on Reddit. Apparently, Parting is playing SC2 again. That's crazy. It's cool to see. Who else is live? Yo, Mick Monroe is live. Skross as well. We'll find someone to raid. But with that, thanks for watching, thanks for support, and we'll see you guys later on this evening for some Sparkling Tuna Cup, or tomorrow for some War DTV Monday. See you then. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Bye. Ciao. See you next time.